The first step is, of course, for you to understand how do you know that you're dealing with an inference question type, right? Now, it's pretty easy over here because the question stem remains the same for this type. So whenever you see this kind of a question stem which says, which choice most logically completes the text, you have to know that this is an inference question type, right? So this blank over here and this question type, it means this is an inference question type. Right now we have to logically complete the text, which means you have to read the text very carefully, right? You have to know exactly what the text is saying, and what you're supposed to look for is going to be given in the text itself. Two things that we have to pay extra attention over here would be, whatever you infer should be inferred based on whatever is given to you in the text. Nothing outside the text is going to be your correct option, right? Now, this is something that is going to be very obvious as per the statements given in the text, right? So the second thing is, whatever you pick up as your option should be something that makes 100% sense as per whatever is given to you, right? So the first thing is, look only at the text, right? Nowhere else, no outside information but the text. The second thing is 100% true as per whatever is given to you, right? Now let's go ahead and read the text first of all. So herbivorous S dinosaurs could grow more than 100 feet long and weigh up to 80 tons, and some researchers have attributed the evolution of S to such massive sizes to increased plant production, resulting from high levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide during the M era. So this is a very long sentence. So I would suggest you take some pauses and try and understand completely. I don't want you to take up everything that's been mentioned over here, but at least the crux of it should make sense to you. Now, where do I break it down? So first of all, this comma over here, I can break it down over here. So what is it saying here? It's just telling me that these S dinosaurs could grow so long and it can weigh so much, right? Then the next part, some researchers have attributed the evolution of S to such massive sizes to increase plant production. So how did they really evolve to such massive sizes? That was because of the increased plant production, which happened from high levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide during a particular era. So ultimately, these high levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide led to such massive sizes of S dinosaurs. This is what I can take away from the sentence, and the rest of it can just stay over there, right? I don't have to pay extra attention to every detail that's been given to me over here. Now let's read ahead. However, so be careful of these words while you're reading the text. So something is going to change. Something contradictory is going to be given to you. Now what is it saying? However, there is no evidence of significant spikes in carbon dioxide levels coinciding with relevant periods in S evolution. So there's a problem with this previous sentence that's been given to me. So the previous sentence told me that these high levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide was the reason why the S dinosaurs evolved so much, right? But the next sentence is telling me that there was no evidence that showed that the carbon dioxide levels were so high during those periods of S evolution. Right, so when they were evolving, they couldn't find the evidence of the carbon dioxide levels being so high. Now, such as, which means some examples are going to come, such as when the first large S appeared, when several S lineages underwent further evolution toward gigantism, or when S reached their maximum known size. So these are basically the important evolution periods, right? In these periods, they did not find the evidence of high levels of carbon dioxide. So what does this suggest? Suggesting that blank. So you have to identify what this particular evidence of, or not finding the evidence of these high level of carbon dioxide levels during this important evolution period suggests. Now you can do one thing, you can really think of possible reasons that could have happened. Probably, one thing that can come to your mind is that if the levels were not so high for carbon dioxide, then there was something else playing a major role in their evolution, right? There was something else involved because of which they became so massive. Correct? As you read it, if the carbon dioxide levels were not so high, then there was something else. But even if you don't think, or even if you don't come up with something like this, it's completely fine. You can go ahead and read your options and try and eliminate, right? So you can always go ahead with option elimination strategy to identify what really makes sense here. So let's go ahead with A as of now. Lineages differently. Now this option is telling me how fluctuations in the carbon dioxide levels affected different lineages differently. But that's not the problem. The problem is that carbon dioxide levels were not high during the relevant periods. Even if it affected different lineages differently, carbon dioxide definitely plays some role in their evolution, right? There has to be a high carbon dioxide level time as well, which finally helped these as dinosaurs evolve so much. But there was no evidence that could show that the carbon dioxide levels were high. So the problem is not how different fluctuations in atmospheric carbon dioxide affected different lineages. The problem is that we did not find the evidence of the carbon dioxide levels to be so high. So how did they affect differently to different lineages is not my concern. So I'm going to eliminate this. The evolution of larger body sizes in S's did not depend on increased atmospheric carbon dioxide. Now this is something that definitely makes sense. So this is something that you can derive out of everything that's been given to you in the text. Also, this is 100% true kind of a statement, right? As per whatever is given to you. So there was no evidence that could tell you that the levels were so high, which means the carbon dioxide levels did not play much of a role in their evolution. So their larger body size in S did not depend on the increased atmospheric carbon dioxide levels. It makes sense. I'm going to hold on to this. I will still go ahead and eliminate the rest of the options. Look at C. Atmospheric carbon dioxide was higher when the largest known S's lived than it was when the first S's appeared. Now this is simply comparing the carbon dioxide levels during two different periods, right? So when they first appeared and when they became the largest. I'm not trying to compare the carbon dioxide levels in two different periods. Also, I'm not concerned about what the carbon dioxide level was like when they first appeared. I am basically discussing about their evolution and the time when they became so massive. So when they first appeared is not my problem. I'm only concerned about when they became large, when they became massive. During that particular period, what was the condition of atmospheric carbon dioxide level, right? That's my only concern. So C is out because it's making an irrelevant comparison over here. Let's look at D. S's probably would not have evolved to such immense sizes if atmospheric carbon dioxide had been even slightly higher. So it's telling me that if carbon dioxide levels were even slightly higher, they wouldn't have evolved to such massive sizes. This is contradicting whatever is given to me in the text, been given to you.